the church has always recommended, the saints tell us, doing a daily examination of conscience. There are some people who will do what's called a particular examen, where they're just looking at one particular sin. They might look at that at noontime and look over the morning, and then they look at it at dinner time, look over the afternoon. But then at the end of the day, you do the examination, which is the whole thing, not just that one sin. And so you look at your whole day, what are the sins that you've committed, and so on. But even if you don't do that before you go to confession, it's to, again, examine your conscience. There are examinations of conscience that are available to people to be able to help them if they aren't sure what the areas of sin are. The one that Leaflet publishes, that I wrote, it separates out what's typically a venial sin and what's typically a mortal sin. And I did it that way because, number one, people don't even know what sin is anymore, let alone what's a venial and what's a mortal sin. And so it follows the 10 Commandments and puts a number of sins under each one to be able to see that, okay, this is typically serious or this is typically venial, as the case would be. But whatever works for you, again, that's going to be the main thing. Not everything works the same way for everybody, and so you find what's going to be most helpful for you. But generally speaking, if we can do that daily examination of conscience, that's going to help, because you've already got everything kind of set up before you even go to confession. You already know what you've done because you're looking at it every day. And I should also point out, practically speaking, you don't need to explain the sins. All we need to know is what the sin was. We don't need the explanation and details and all that. And that's where the devil tends to trip people up, is like, well, you didn't say all these details, and we don't need to know the details. At the same time, with that said, you can't just come in and say, well, I committed a sin against the 6th commandment. It's like, well, okay, what sin against the 6th commandment did you commit? So we need to know what the sin was, but we don't need to know the details.
Thank you for watching the Leaflet Missal YouTube channel. If you liked what you saw and want to see more, please subscribe below. Remember that Leaflet Missal also has a store of tens of thousands of Catholic products, gifts, devotionals, and more for you to shop. You can shop in person in our St. Paul store or online at the link below. Thank you.